Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Lecturer Mem Zuraida and Mem Tita, and all of my beloved friends. First of all, let us thanks to the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Because of His blessing, we are able to come here to join presentation and the Speaking for Academic Purposes course. Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation today is about the effect of learning grammar for our speaking skills. Let's open our meeting by saying Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much. For the presentation, we'll be please welcome Aulia.
Okay, thank you for Linda. Now I would like to explain about this topic. So let's start from the abstract. This research aims to find out between grammar and speaking skills of the third semester students of English Education Study Program Academic at Islamic Institute of Religion, Dato Karama, Palu. 28 participants of correlation research were asked to describe themselves, daily routines, and unforgettable experience. Then they were assigned to do grammar tests. There are some other aspects of speaking affecting the students' speaking skills. For example, accuracy in terms of vocabulary and pronunciation, fluency, and comprehensibility. The implication of this finding to the teaching of speaking skill is that the lecturers need to integrate the teaching of speaking skill with grammar and other supporting aspects like vocabulary and pronunciation. Next, move to the introduction. So, grammar is the rules of language governing the sounds, words, sentences, and other elements, as well as their combination and interpretation. While speaking can define as the skills which allow us to communicate effectively. They give us the ability to convey information verbally and in a way that the least can understand. Next, about the correlation between grammar and speaking skills. Speaking skills and grammar are interlinked. Grammar gives a very important contribution to the speaking skills. Al-Husni 2014 mentioned that grammar as one of the aspects affecting speaking performance. People are able to speak effectively if they have a good grammar. Based on the researchers' experience, EFL learners were commonly found difficult to maintain proper tenses when they were speaking. And simple present tense and simple past tense are two basic tenses which are often complicated for them to use in language spoken. Next, I have the methodology of this article. This research used a correlational research design. The population of this research was all third semester students of English Education Study Program at Islamic Institute of Religion in Palu. The total number of the population was 85 students divided into 3 parallel classes. There are TBI1 consisting of 34 students, TBI2 consisting of 28 students, and TBI3 consisting of 23 students. But the sample only used 28 students. And here, the table of correlation criteria. Based on the table of correlation criteria above, the researcher made 2 criteria of the hypothesis as follows. One, if coefficients R is higher than 0.19, the alternative hypothesis is accepted. It means that there is positive correlation between grammar and speaking skills of undergraduate students of Institute Islam of Religions, Dato Karama, Palu. 2, if coefficients are lower than 0.20, the null hypothesis is accepted. It means there is no correlation between grammar and speaking skills of undergraduate students of Institute Islam of Religion, Dato Krama Palu. Next, findings and discussion. I would like to explain first about findings. So here's the result of the study grammar test show various scores. Based on the table above, the researcher considered that study achievement in grammar was poor because the meaning score of grammar test was 33, in which 17 or 60.71% students got scored 26 until 50 in grammar test. Next is similar to the grammar test result. Speaking test results also showed various scores. The highest scores of speaking test was 94. The lowest score was 22, and it means score was 56. The achievement category of speaking test was also categorized into 4 scale. After that findings, it divided into 3 results. The first one is correlation between grammar and speaking fluency. The result shows that the correlation coefficients between the student's grammar and their speaking fluency is 0.391. It is higher than 0.19, meaning that there is positive correlation between the student's grammar and their speaking fluency. The correlation is categorized low because it lies between 0.20 until 0.39. Second is correlation between grammar and speaking accuracy. The result shows that the correlation coefficient between the student's speaking accuracy and their grammar is 0.538. It is higher than 0.19, meaning that there is positive correlation between the student's grammar and their speaking accuracy. The correlation is categorized moderate because it lies between 0.40 and until 0.59. The third one is correlation between grammar and speaking comprehensibility. The result shows that the correlation coefficient between speaking comprehensibility and grammar is 0.423, which is higher than 0.19. It shows that there is positive correlation between the students' grammar and their speaking comprehensibility. The correlation is categorized moderate from 0.40 until 0.59. So after the findings, this article had the discussion. The first one, it can be seen that the R value of speaking fluency and grammar is 0.39, which indicates low correlation between speaking fluency and grammar. It can be inferred that grammar contributes to speaking fluency, but with or without grammar, a speaker can still be able to speak fluently, or otherwise that a speaker who does not speak fluently can still be able to master in grammar. The second is the R value of speaking accuracy and grammar is 0.54, which indicates moderate correlation between speaking accuracy and grammar. And then the third, the R value of speaking comprehensibility and grammar is 0.42, which indicates moderate correlation between speaking comprehensibility and grammar. Okay, I'll give it back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for your great presentation, Aulia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we are come to the questions and answer session. There will be one session for 2 questions. Please raise your hand and turn on your mic. Don't forget to mention your name before giving question. Any questions, maybe? Okay, I see Tasha.
All right, thank you to moderator. My name is Tasha Nabila Rizkita, and my question is, if you are a teacher, What do you do to make students can easily understand the material about grammar? Thank you.
Okay, okay, thank you, Tasha. And I see Hanisa.
Okay, thank you, moderator. So my name is Anissa Eskandra, and my question is, if you become a teacher and you're going to teach speaking, will you teach about grammar first, or you will teach other elements such as pronunciation, vocabulary, and etc.? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hanisa. Okay, maybe the questions is enough for us. Um, Please give us several times to elaborate the best answer for Hanisa and Tasha questions. Thank you. Okay, Aulia will give an answer for Hanisa and Tasha questions. Aulia, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the moderator. I would like to answer Tasha's question first. The question is, if you are a teacher, what do you do so that students can easily understand the material about grammar? I think sometimes the students are easily bored and difficult to understand lessons that in the learning process. In my opinion, if I become a teacher, I will make the material as creatively as possible, maybe by way of making a PPT regarding grammar. That then the PPT, I will give some elements that can attract the students' attention. Then I also will use YouTube media. This aims to make students not bored and the learning process will be attractive. For Tasha, is it clear?
It's clear. Thank you, Aulia.
Okay, thank you. Next, I would like to answer Hansa's question. The question is, if you become a teacher and teach speaking, will you teach about grammar first, or you will teach other elements such as pronunciation, vocabulary, and etc.? My answer is yes, of course, because of grammar is very important in learning speaking. When you need speaking in English before when we try to speaking in English, if we use wrong grammar, that can make them confused. After each student already understand about grammar, maybe I will teach other elements such as vocabulary, pronunciation, and etc. Is it clear, Hanisa?
Yes, it is clear enough. Thank you, Alia, for your answer.
Okay. Next. Okay. I give it back to the moderator.
Okay, that's the end of our questions and answer sessions. And finally, we are come to the last agenda. We would like to say thanks again for the presenters and all of the audiences for active participation. And the conclusions will be drawn by the presenter. Aulia, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the moderator. So the conclusion of today's presentation is the correlation is in a moderate level, which means that grammar contributes to speaking skill, but it is not the main predictor of the speaking skills. There are other aspects affecting the student's achievement in speaking skills. Those aspects are vocabulary, pronunciation, fluency, and comprehensibility. Students are possible to get higher scores in fluency or comprehensibility that than in accuracy. The correlation value is not in a high level because of the variability of the student's score distribution, in which the student's achievement in grammar is poor but fair in speaking skill. However, it is still can be inferred that grammar tends to help students in making effective communication early. Back to the moderator.
Okay, that's the end of our presentation today. Hopefully the presentation will give benefits for us. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good. Aulia, are you interested in doing the same thing? Tertarik nggak nantinya nih di akhir di akhir masa studi? Are you going to investigate a grammar things too?
I think yes, ma'am.
Okay, why?
I just maybe I like to learn about grammar.
Yeah, when you are going to do something, when you are going to study about something, you cannot